NBA players have some pretty unusual hobbies off the basketball court. Whether it's soaking in red wine or chilling with a dictator, their activities can be quite bizarre. Take Rajon Rondo, for example, who finds amusement in making children cry during his free time. Back in 2006, when Rondo joined the Celtics, he aimed to connect with Boston's community, especially the kids. Wanting to be a mentor, he began volunteering at a local boys and girls club. However, his innocent plan took a peculiar turn during the games of Connect 4. Rondo, instead of being a supportive figure, turned into a ruthless opponent. He challenged every child he encountered, defeating them one after another. To make matters worse, he even engaged in multiple games simultaneously, intensifying the humiliation. By the time Rondo finished his Connect 4 conquest, defeated children were left in tears, their pride shattered. Rondo's obsession with the game extended beyond the local club, as he went on to defeat analysts, NBA players, and even college students. This Connect 4 maestro seems unstoppable, leaving a trail of defeated opponents in his wake. So beware. Hide your kids and hide your wife because Rondo is on the prowl, ready to challenge and conquer anyone in a game of Connect 4. Rondo is a bit strange, but Amari Stoudemire's off-court activities go beyond strange. They're downright gross. Back in 2014, when Amari played for the Knicks, he sought unconventional ways to unwind after games. Instead of opting for a typical relaxation method like reading a book or playing video games, he chose an unusual route: a bath. But not just any bath, mind you. Amari took relaxation to the next level by filling his bathtub entirely with red wine. Yes, you heard that right. Gallons of red wine poured into a tub for a unique soaking experience. When a curious reporter inquired about this bizarre ritual, Amari's explanation only added to the peculiarity of the situation. Last season, when you stepped onto the court, something interesting happened. But let's move on to the next question. Did you see that tall man, who should be acting like a grown-up, spill wine on another man in a bathtub? Can you believe it? Anyway, let's not dwell on that. On a brighter note, Amari is still involved in basketball. It's important because sometimes NBA players do strange things outside of the game, and it can affect their careers. Take Matt Bonner, for example. In 2014, he was playing poorly for the Spurs, only averaging 3 points per game. People wondered why he was performing so badly. Matt, a former NBA player, loved sandwiches so much that he traveled across the country to try them all. This passion led him to create a website called Matt Bonner Sandwich Hunter, where he wrote about his sandwich adventures. Instead of focusing on basketball, Matt spent his time exploring different sandwich shops, from Dallas to Sacramento. Unfortunately, his obsession took over, and he neglected his basketball career. He skipped gym sessions and practices to eat sandwiches and update his blog. Sadly, just a year later, Matt had to retire from the NBA in 2015 due to his sandwich addiction taking over his life.
Let me get straight to the point. I am retiring from playing competitive basketball at any level above the Concord Men's League over 35 division.
Despite the fame and excitement of being a professional athlete, Matt's love for sandwiches ultimately changed the course of his career. Matt was relieved to still have sandwiches in his life, thanks to the bizarre antics of NBA players, including Carmelo Anthony. In 2015, Carmelo, along with LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Dwyane Wade, embarked on a vacation in the Bahamas. The highlight of their adventure? Renting a banana boat, the epitome of sea vessels. However, amidst the laughter and fun, a significant problem arose. Carmelo was missing. It turned out that just before the memorable photo was taken, Melo had impulsively leaped off the banana boat into the vast ocean, despite not knowing how to swim. The situation quickly turned perilous when a colossal wave engulfed him, pulling him into a dangerous current. Melo found himself sinking rapidly, his life flashing before his eyes. As panic set in, a glimmer of hope appeared on the horizon, a large yellow object approaching rapidly. It was the banana boat coming to Melo's rescue. The last thing he recalled before losing consciousness was salvation, brought by none other than the captain of the banana boat, LeBron James. Melo, gasping for breath, realized he was alive. Looking up, he saw LeBron James, the unexpected hero, who had played a crucial role in saving his life amidst the chaotic waters. Talking about amazing NBA players, Shaq is not only a basketball legend, but also excels in something beyond the court. In the 80s, a young Shaq developed a passion for hip-hop, dreaming of creating music himself. To kickstart this dream, he used his saved allowance to buy a turntable and began DJing, pouring hours into perfecting his skills. As college approached, basketball became the focal point of Shaq's life, temporarily setting aside his musical aspirations. However, deep within, he held on to the hope of one day returning to his music passion. The turning point came in 2011 when Shaq retired from the NBA.
I'm announcing my retirement from professional basketball. It is now time for me to begin my new life. I would like to thank my mother and father for their support and guidance.
Reconnecting with his old turntable, he adopted the stage name DJ Diesel and rekindled his love for spinning records. In a surprising twist, Shaq, now DJ Diesel, skyrocketed to become the world's largest DJ, both figuratively and literally. Beyond the basketball court, he found immense success and fulfillment in the music industry, showcasing that passions can endure and flourish across different chapters of one's life. Shaq is really good at what he does. He performs at big events all over the world, like Tomorrowland in Belgium and Lollapalooza in Chicago. In Miami, he even organizes a music festival called Shaq's Funhouse every year. It might seem a bit odd that Shaq, the famous basketball player, is also a DJ, but that's nothing compared to what Dennis Rodman does when he's not playing basketball. Dennis Rodman, in his quest for fun, once hung out with someone really dangerous. In 2013, he got paid to run a basketball camp in North Korea, a country known for being quite closed off from the rest of the world. Thousands of North Koreans attended the camp, and during a practice session, something strange occurred. Rodman, sitting on the bench, suddenly noticed every North Korean person in the arena standing up and applauding. It made him turn around to figure out what had caught their attention. Dennis Rodman, the basketball legend, found himself face-to-face with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. Most people fear Kim, but not Rodman. Instead of being scared, Rodman stood up, greeted Kim, and started chatting casually. To his surprise, Rodman discovered that he was Kim's favorite NBA player. This unexpected connection sparked a friendship between the two. After their basketball practice, they headed to Kim's place for a pleasant dinner, some karaoke singing, and to socialize with North Korean women. Rodman is really skiing with a dictator, and that's pretty strange. But I guess it makes sense since they both love the NBA, which not every player can say. Chris Paul, for example, isn't crazy about basketball. Back in the 90s, when Chris was a kid, his dad took him bowling and he fell in love with it right away.
Now here's Chris. Brooklyn? He did.
Chris went to the bowling alley every day, working on his technique and improving his ball spin, because bowling was his true passion. When he finished high school, Chris faced a choice: $25,000 a year in the Pro Bowlers Association or $3.4 million a year in the NBA. Ultimately, he chose basketball and got drafted by the Hornets in 2005. But his love for bowling lingered. In 2008, Chris organized a charity bowling tournament with his friends LeBron, D-Wade, and Kevin Durant. The event brought attention to the Pro Bowlers Association, turning Chris into an overnight bowling celebrity. He even made it to the cover of US Bowler magazine. Chris wasn't happy with just bowling. He wanted to show his love for the game in a big way. So in 2013, he made his own bowling team called LAX. It was in the Professional Bowlers Association, PBA, and Jason Belmonte, one of the best bowlers worldwide, was the captain. Chris has been in charge of the team since then, all while playing basketball in the NBA. He became a real bowling superstar. Just think, if Chris stopped playing basketball and focused on bowling, it would have been a big change. Maybe other players would have done the same. But then, we might have missed some crazy moments in NBA history, like a player spitting on someone during a game or another player stepping on someone's face on purpose. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to our channel for more updates.